This is Antarctica, which has been away from the reach of humans for centuries and has been a big mystery for them, whether it is blood waterfalls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under the ice. There are many such myths and mysteries about Antarctica, which even today, clues could not be found. Antarctica is the only continent in the world where no human lives, because the temperature here goes up to -90 degrees Celsius. Along with this, snowstorms also occur here at a speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Similarly, Antarctica is also the driest continent in the world, so dry that you will probably be surprised to know that it is also called a desert because it receives only 51 millimeters of rainfall. Despite all this, many countries have controlled Antarctica for the last 100 years. They are trying to take over. See this map of Antarctica. France claims this part, Norway claims this part, Australia claims this entire right side. Similarly, Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim some parts of Antarctica. But what is the reason for this? What is it that lies beneath this layer of ice, that the superpowers of the world want to take control of it? Today we are going to solve some mysteries of Antarctica, and at the same time we will also discover that Antarctica is actually called, and finally, we will also see what secrets are hidden under this ice which the world's superpowers know, and that is why they want to take control of Antarctica. Who discovered Antarctica? Depends on who you are asking. Britons. It is said that he discovered Antarctica, while the Russians say that he was the first to set foot here. But Antarctica was mentioned several thousand years ago by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, when he said that the land is round and the North and South Poles are facing each other. In 2021, a study by the Royal Society of New Zealand was published in which it was said that the Maori people living on the Polynesian islands near Australia were probably the first humans to reach Antarctica in the 7th century, because their old stories described an icy there is mention of the continent which is on the southern side of the land. Well, in recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European who crossed the Antarctic Circle and reached near Antarctica, but he was still 130 kilometers away from Antarctica when he turned his ship back. Because he could not see Antarctica, but he could definitely see icebergs floating in the water, and the attitude of the sea was such that it was very dangerous to take the ship further. That is why James Cook had said that it is so dangerous to reach this southern continent. Did any human being ever come here? After Captain Cook, many other people tried to discover Antarctica, but they could not succeed. Then with the arrival of the 19th century, a competition started among the countries for economic dominance. Now the world is a new one. Resources were moving towards world order. New trade routes were being discovered, industries were being discovered. It seemed that every country wanted to become a superpower in the coming new century, and that is why explorations were on the rise. In 1819, the Russian Empire accepted Russian explorer Fabian van Belling. Huygens was given the task to circumnavigate the world and discover new countries and continents. In 1820, Fabian proved Captain Cook's prediction wrong, and after reaching the Southern Ocean, he saw Antarctica so closely that he never stepped on it. But he is said to be the first person in modern history who saw Antarctica. Then between 1900 and 1920, many explorers went to Antarctica. British explorer Robert Falcon Scott landed on Antarctica with his team in 1911 and covered about 400 miles. Scott went further till then, but due to bad weather and hunger he had to turn back, but this return journey proved to be very terrible. Scott and his team got trapped in severe cold and blizzard, and they all died. Then during World War I later, many countries sent their teams here and tried to claim this continent. In 1939, at the behest of Hitler, the German Air Force also dropped Nazi flags here to show that this area was under the control of Nazi Germany. After the World War, many countries set up their research stations here, and from here again mysterious discoveries started being made about Antarctica. The first and biggest mysterious discovery is that once upon a time there was no ice on Antarctica but dense forests. According to the scientists of Imperial College of London, they fossilized wood was found here, which shows that about 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a hot continent where there were dense forests. Apart from this, they also found fossils of some insects, which are found only in hot areas. Another important fact about Antarctica is the mysterious discovery was that under this 3 kilometers of ice there are 400 lakes which have their own ecosystem. There are such marine animals, which are not found anywhere in the world, like these big spiders and see-through jellyfish. Similarly, another thing on Antarctica, which has puzzled many explorers for many years, are these bloody glasses. This waterfall in McMurdo's Valley is as if blood is coming out of the snow, but recently scientists have made this discovery. It is said that the red color of this waterfall is because the water of this waterfall came from a very salty lake, which now has several hundred feet of snow on it, and that lake is completely cut off from the atmosphere. There is a lot of iron in this water, and that's why when this water comes into the glasses, due to oxygen and sunlight, the iron present in the water is oxidized and it becomes completely rust-like in color. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy about Antarctica is that there is an ancient civilization under this ice. Many people have claimed that alien spaceships have also been seen here. In 2016, many unusual activities have been recorded in Antarctica on Gal Earth. While the conspiracy theory continues to call them alien UFOs, many people are close to political experts. These are the secret air operations of America and other countries, which they are doing in Antarctica, and this is where the hidden political front of Antarctica comes in, which very few people are aware of. While the rest of the world is entangled in other geopolitical issues, America, China and the Soviet Union is aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. In fact, China has set up multiple research stations there. According to the Antarctic Treaty of 1969, any country can conduct scientific investigations in Antarctica, just by sharing the results of these studies with all the countries. In 1992, a survey by the U.S. Geological Department made the discovery that there are reserves of 500 billion barrels of natural gas and oil in Antarctica, but China and these other countries are not interested in this oil and gas in Antarctica, but recently in Antarctica reserves of rare earth minerals like ohmium, praseodymium, terbium and dysprosium have been discovered in very large quantities. These are the minerals which are used in all electronic devices, and because the world's focus has now shifted from oil and gas to the energy that powers electronic devices going towards resources, the demand for these minerals is more than oil and gas. Electric cars and ion batteries are now the future, and this race to control the future has brought these superpowers into the ice and storms of Antarctica. Last mysterious discovery, these are the Southern Oceans. The name of Southern Ocean comes among the most dangerous seas of the world. Only the Southern Ocean controls the climate and water supply of our world because it also meets the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. According to scientists, the world's 15 carbon emissions are absorbed by the Southern Ocean, and with global warming, the importance of this ocean is increasing because the ice frozen here is melting, and due to the melting of ice, many treasures are now coming home from the seas. Humans could never even think of going there. Very soon they are going to become important trade routes. Many studies are still going on in Antarctica, and I know what other mysterious things will be discovered about Antarctica in the coming time. These are all of them. Sources from where we have consulted for this video. If you like such topics, then do let us know in the comments below. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care of yourself.